the case of modernisation, I think, is probably self-evident. But I think the added value of the modernisation, that you can make it easier for passengers, that we could extend the operating hours, certainly sold the pitch to me. It's not just for Glaswegians, it's for people who come to Glasgow and they get around the city. And the evidence is that people come from far and wide. So it's very important that this is sold as a Scottish project in Glasgow for people, whether they're in Scotland or whether they're travelling to Scotland.
SPT are not asking for 100% of the necessary funds, but around 50%. And that's attractive to other funders, such as the Scottish Government, in a time when money is in short supply generally. 15 million people travelling under the streets. You wouldn't miss the water till the well runs dry, as the old saying goes. I mean, if we don't do something about this someday soon, Glasgow could be without its subway, and the whole west of Scotland economy would suffer badly as a result.
I think there's an opportunity to invest in the subway. It's an excellent low carbon way of moving people about. We will have to, over the next 10-15 years, be very careful about how we prioritise projects, but we must be driven by making it easy and accessible for people to move about the cities, reducing congestion and tackling carbon emissions. The subway would help us do all of that, so I'm glad to see that SPT is ambitious about the subway, and I hope that we can find a way to help bring about some of the modernisation that you want.
I've used the Glasgow subway many times myself, and I've no doubt and know that it's a really important part of Glasgow's transport system. You just need to understand the numbers to realise how many folk use it every day. We're all up against this spending situation. We've got to find the money to do all the things that we want, and I was certainly very disappointed that the project Glasgow had certainly pulled behind, which was the Glasgow Airport rail link, got dropped by the current government. So I guess when the new government gets elected next year, it's going to have to decide what its priorities are for Glasgow, for the whole of Scotland, and certainly the subway will be part of those considerations, yeah.
SPT and the SNP are natural partners because we share an interest in developing the transport infrastructure of the west of Scotland. Looking at the subway is a very important part of what we should be considering in the way forward for Glasgow and the west. It's a terrific piece of Victorian infrastructure. It's continuing to deliver value for Glasgow and for Scotland. It's something we have to find the right way of ensuring that it continues to have a long life as an important part of our infrastructure.